Good evening, everyone. This video is going to be a trading review and support session for November the 8th, 2023. Got into another little aggressive trade this morning, even though I was trying to talk myself into being as conservative as I could. And it was at least with the shorter term trend, right? I went short here, right? And it was underneath the slow flex, underneath the faster flexes, underneath the EMA, underneath the minute average, but it just didn't have the follow through. It's another low. It was another low volume day today, and so we can and another low range day today as well. We can see that if I pull up the. It even finished with the low range today. So here's the daily, right? This is today. It did finish down a little bit, and it's even since recovered a little bit from there. It's just kind of a back and forth kind of a day, as sometimes these low volume days are. And coming into the open, the big picture chart looks something like this, right? Here is the open here, right? And it had been going up, and it was at yesterday's high. I thought it might come down just a little bit further. I didn't want to be too early to the trade, so in other words, I got into it a little bit late and didn't have any follow through. But I didn't know how much energy it had. I wrote it out a little bit, even though I got on the wrong side of the market for a bit. This is a pretty big down bar, so I went and added to it here. Made a new high, going sideways up here, so I added a couple up in here, right? Got my average much closer, but it wasn't quite through yet. Made one more high. At least what I was adding here is underneath the faster flexes, and it had been going sideways. Same way here. New highs, but had been going sideways. Couldn't make any more new highs. Fell down below. In this case, it actually broke the pivot line, which is also the value high. So added to it there, and was out of everything by yesterday's high. Could have made a lot more money. I made good money on this trade because I had added to it and got out down here. I could have gotten out of the trades, my last units a little bit earlier and still made money, but kept it a little bit. I got the last one out right at yesterday's high, so I was having to watch that. But it continued to come down. So that was the first entry. Let me erase that, move over. Got to get my pointer back. Okay, and then I chase this one a little bit. It's not super high up or anything like that. It had just already moved quite a bit, right? And it was just kind of like breaking out of the previous Globex high. So I was watching it, right? This is a pretty good bar. That didn't work. So once again, I had to add to it. I added to it here. It was above the faster flex, but it's just a pretty good bounce coming off of the 25% upper line. Had to hold on for a little bit, but got out again of this trade right at Globex high. And let's see. I think I said at this particular point I wanted to wait till after the 7 o'clock news. So I wasn't even looking during some of these times. This was a pretty good down move. So here's the 7 o'clock news. The wholesale inventory and wholesale month-to-month sales were a little positive. So good news still equal bad news. And so I took a short here, it was out, and here, and it was out. So didn't want to trade in this low volume, low range market, even though it did kind of move around some more, certainly throughout the day. I wasn't really watching it that closely, working on a couple of things. So that was my last trade, up 7.5 points, which is fine on a low volume, which is fine on any day, but it's especially fine on a low volume day, low volume, low range day. So even though I didn't really like that first trade too terribly much. All right, so that was kind of it for today. I am working on some things, nothing that you haven't seen or been introduced to before, but I'm just working on a few things. All right. So anyway, have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you in the trading room.